Hi, I just wanted to share this alternative idea for Embark and like what it could become. So one problem that I encountered during some of my classes here at UCLA is sometimes problems for classes don't have solutions, as you'll see on this page. For example, there's this problem here, and it was actually given a solution, but one thing that it did not have was a video or a writing with the reasoning behind the solution, which I thought would have been very helpful. And a lot of times you have to go to the TAs to get this, but I think it would be a lot easier if a video was available beforehand. And so that's kind of the whole idea is we build a practice problem bank. So it'd be full of problems with solutions and detailed video and written walkthroughs, right? And there'd be comments per problem. Many problems for different types. So like this last problem you saw, we'd have several branch prediction problems because this is a type of branch prediction. And then we'd focus on classes with very few practice problems and large class sizes. So our work helps a lot more people instead of if we just did it for a smaller class. And one thing that's great about this is these problems will be reused every quarter because these classes are taught basically every quarter. Here are some features that I had thought of. One is that problems with solutions and detailed video walkthrough will be available on the site, right? So that's kind of basic. And there'll also be comments on individual problems, which is more like a QA. So if someone watches the video and has this question, they can get an answer from either one of us or someone else on the platform. And there'll be a button for users to confirm that the solution is correct. That way, we can kind of crowdsource whether or not our solutions are actually right. And there'd be many problems for different types. I kind of mentioned that already. And we could also create our own instead of using ones provided by the school. And a big one I thought that would be important is we actually have an account system where only UCLA students can register. And we verify that they're students by making sure that they can confirm a UCLA email. And another feature, maybe a little bit later, is the ability for users to post their own problems with attached YouTube links. And we, of course, have to maybe approve these so nothing bad happens. And then the idea is that we just create the website using what we already have. So you can probably tell a lot of the features I mentioned we've already got in Embark on the platform. And so we just reuse most of the code. I'm sure a big question you have is where we get the videos, and I'll supply the initial videos, but later on, the goal is to have the people upload them, but that may not happen, so we'll see. And we start with CS classes because I think most of us are CS majors, and also there's a lot of very big CS classes, like for example, CSM 51B, which has like 300 people in it. And we could use the existing code to pivot towards the problem bank, which is kind of what I mentioned. And a new name is BruinStudy that I came up with, but that's open for debate if anyone has a better name. And so here's a roadmap of where what we'll be working on. And so one of the main things is just to get a basic version working, just to see if people would actually use it. And then later we can add more features to polish it and to make it better. So basically, we want to have the key features, which is turning posts into problems, add categories for problems, attach YouTube links, like embedded YouTube links, and a button for correctness, as well as adapting the existing comments to QA. So instead of just comments, there'd actually be like an answer underneath the question if someone answered it. And then at that point, we can finally test the product idea. So we can advertise in class group me's like CSM 51B. And one idea I came up with was like right before the midterm or something like that to try to get people to use it. And then maybe also on like the UCLA Reddit. And advanced, so this would be after we know that people would actually use the idea, is we could redesign and polish the website, so make it a lot cleaner. And maybe you could actually enter like your answers, and then we'd have like some script that would check your work, very basic, and more problems and more classes, of course. Try to get more people, and then we could do markdown for posts. So instead of just doing like text, we could maybe have like a LaTeX type of thing going on with the posts. And then we'd also have analytics. So maybe like see how many users are actually using the platform, how many posts are being generated every day, that kind of stuff, just to try to get more of an idea of what people are actually using. And then, of course, if anyone else has any other ideas, we can try to do those. And here is a Figma slide or problem, visualization, I guess, that I came up with how it would look roughly. And you can see that a lot of it is very similar to what we have to Embark right now. So it really wouldn't be that much of a stretch, I believe, to make it